BigHerc916 Positivity Motivation. Never settle for average. You know how we do it over here. You know, I tell you guys the streets are dead, that you should leave the streets alone. But some of you guys are continue to play in the streets. And hey, man, just be ready to have your big boy pants on when you get caught up and you have to go do some time, because snitching is not what it's cracked out to be. A lot of you guys think you're going to tell and just be able to walk scot-free. And the thing is about snitching is once you snitch, that shit rides you for the rest of your life. So it doesn't matter all the gangster shit you did in your past, whatever bodies you caught, whatever you did that made you a gangster, it's all invalidated once you snitch. And I'm telling you, just don't put yourself in that position. If you ain't cut out for it, you don't want to be having to worry about telling on somebody to save your own ass because you don't want to do time. Then just don't be out there doing street shit. Some people look at snitches, well, man, hey, every man for himself. Well, you put yourself out there, and even the people who hang out with people who you think are solid, hey, man, they always say, if you're going to do dirt, do it by yourself. So I did the story a while back, Jacksonville rapper Queso and his defendant, ATK Scotty, they got life in prison for murder. Now, Queso and his co-defendant Lewar Whitaker were sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in Duval County Wednesday for the January 2020 murder of Charles Little Buck McCormick. Now, Queso had his dad telling, because he incorporated his dad into this crime. So his dad told and got a plea agreement for time served. So that was one of the first people that testified against him, right? Then you had his other homie, Butter, he told, right? So maybe he thought he was going to also get time served. Dominique Butter Barnes.
Indeed stopped because of your complete and full cooperation. So I'm going to give you the benefit of that, because all of those people who your attorney just named would not have been arrested and convicted but for your information and cooperation. And so I am going to depart from 41.8 years because under 921.00262I, your cooperation resulted in these folks being taken off of our streets. So as to count one for murder in the second degree, I am going to adjudicate you guilty and sentence you to 25 years in Florida State Prison with credit for the 2,136 days you have already served. Do you understand your sentences, Mr. Barner?
So Dominique Butter Barnes probably thought he was going to get the same deal as Queso's father and get time served. So he told and still got 25 years. 25 years for telling, man. These young men, life is over. 25 years and you got to ride that jacket in the penitentiary. Everywhere you go, somebody knows you're a snitch. Maybe they put you in a place where there's a bunch of other snitches and rats. But the bottom line is you're riding out that time with a snitch jacket. And in prison, man, you got dudes doing life, man. They don't have nothing better to do but put in work on rats and snitches. And the police don't respect you. They're going to call you a snitch. I've seen police out dudes. Oh, you know he a rat. What? Yeah, you know he hot, blah, blah, blah. They'll drop it on other dudes. And that's how you wonder how people find out. Well, the police, I've seen where they get down in the prisons, right? The COs, they'll find out if a dude was, you know, balling on the street and seeing if they can actually get something. I've seen a CO try to say, hey, man, you know, blah, 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 and try to see if they can somehow extort some bread. And if that don't work, then they'll just put you on Front Street. And like I said, no matter how hard, how stand up you may have been on the street, a lot of these dudes, when they get in front of the judge and they get separate and then they can't talk to their co-defendant. They start panicking and they always call it get down first. Whoever gets down first gets the best deal. So Queso's dad got down first. So he got the best deal. He got time served. And then Butter, he thinking, man, I'm going to get down second. Get down second. You still got to go play the game, bro. 25 years. And people think, oh man, how could you get 25 years? Or, that dude, how'd he end up doing all that time if he told you guys think they just let everybody out? They might let out certain people, Takashi, other people, they'll let them out because they're using them for other purposes. But people that they don't really have any usage for on the street for propaganda or narrative, they're going to lock their ass up. And so he'll be sitting in there doing time. I've seen guys who told on people who had 20 years, 30, 25 years because they didn't want to get the life. So they told and still got 20. I remember there was a dude in there, Lompoc USP from Seattle, Washington, good at basketball, was balling on the street. Everybody was like, oh, what a big dude, 6'3", 6'4", blah, blah, blah. And he was doing 20-something years. And then the dude he told on who had a life showed up. This dude immediately checked in. Immediately. And dude was like, yeah, whoopie wop, he's a rat, blah, blah, blah. And so, you can't just show up on the compound and say somebody's a rat. You got to provide paperwork because that shit go back on you and you're going to have to handle your own business. You got to put in the work because now you're saying something about somebody who's already established a presence on the yard. So this dude showed up. And from what I understand, had some paperwork that this dude told on him. And now that guy's got to do the rest of his time ducking and dodging in the hole with a snitch jacket on. And it follows you everywhere because people talk, oh man, he in the hole for snitching. People sing kites. You can't run from it. Somebody will catch you eventually, maybe later, you might do all the time, get out on the street and be at the halfway house and somebody blow your head off. That's how the shit works. But yeah, Queso, man, those guys doing life without parole. There's no statute of limitations on murder. I've told you that over and over again. And yeah, working with the DA, working with the police, you might think, hey, the judge will look, and give me some leniency. You were complicit in a murder. And then you told, and the judge was like, you're still a piece of shit. 25 years. The dad, because he got down first, you're fighting the case, blah, blah, blah. We'll give you time served. But he has to live with now. He told on the son and he's on the street now looking at the other family members, which, you put yourself in that position, man. You got to be ready to ride it out, whatever you do, man. It's just a part of the game, or just leave the game alone. Just leave it alone. But yeah, 25 years with a snitch jacket, his dad walking around, time served, Queso doing life in prison. Life goes on. I'm just trying to lace you guys up so that you think differently, maybe about the choices. Maybe you're riding with the dude and you're thinking, let me out. Oh man, you're weak, you're soft, man. Look, be weak and soft, or be stand up, throw your life away, or start telling, be a rat, be a snitch, or just square up. Don't even mess with those people, man. Just, find you a different group of friends. Every day, man, they don't have no shortage of beds in the penitentiary, no shortage of detectives working on unsolved murders, no shortage of people who get busted, who heard about something you did years ago, who now are using that as their ace card to get out of jail free. People just hold on to it. Your homies, they tuck it away. Baby mama, somebody get mad, they catch a dope case, they catch a domestic. It could be a fraud case, whatever. They like, well, you know what? I know this guy who committed a murder on this day at this time. What? Can you collaborate that? And now you got somebody who's actually maybe wearing a wire, and they get out there and get you to confess, and now they get no time. You don't even know they got busted for something, and you're sitting in there doing life. Real stupid. And this is your homie or your baby mama or maybe your spouse. So just a word to the wise, man. It's all right to be a square. It's all right to nerd up. It's all right to not be in the streets. If you're gonna be in them, just know the consequences of them. It comes with an attachment. It's not just, you know, you can run buck wild and you're not gonna have to pay the piper. So hey man, BigHerc916, subscribe, share the video. So I'm reading a comment and somebody says, brother, Florida prisons are different. You don't get more time for getting caught with a knife and you don't catch extra charges like you do in other prisons. Florida isn't set up for you to make it out with all these people in there with him. I don't see him making it 25 years, to be honest. Wow. Do people not get how bad this is though? You got 25 years for snitching in a place where snitching gets you killed. Man, he better move correct in that prison and stay low key. Best advice I can give, bro. Yeah, man, he's hit, man. These are some of the comments, man. That the rat is certified goofy, giving dude up and still gets 25. Straight clown. If no one said nothing at all, them would have got away, but there is always the crown witness who can't hold their belly. So that been said, don't go on no drill with no one. No one should know who you murder. By the way, stay off the streets and get a job. Get a job, man. Leave the streets alone. Leave the status alone, and life will be far better off. Don't forget to stop by the BigHerc916 store and pick up a sticker for your car, or a patch, or a sticker for your laptop, or maybe a beanie, or read one of the many books that BigHerc916 has authored. You know how we do it.